Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Honkai Star video. And today, as you can see from the title of our video, we're going to be reacting to Dr. L plus Ratio trailer called Supreme Idiocy. Of course, that's the title. Now, if you guys are all excited for the free Dr. Ratio everyone's going to be getting, make sure you guys all hit that like button, as well as subscribe to my channel for more type of content. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell on, so you guys don't miss out my latest uploads or whenever I go live on my streams. And now, let's get on to the reaction. Here we go.
Knowledge is as vast as the universe itself.
Makes sense.
And within the Intelligentsia Guild, there is a figure.
He's such an interesting character already. Oh, okay.
Maverick.
Okay.
Luminary.
Very narcissistic.
Every action radiates a quiet.
Oh my!
This is a melody that must speak.
Hey yo! They actually put that in the game.
I am Veritas Ratio, a scholar and educator.
Wow.
Should your mind exhibit
Oh my god, Dr. Ratio fans are winning. Damn! That looks sick.
Feel free to give the doctor a call.
Wow, this is really cool. This is really cool.
You learn to know your
Look at that transition.
Before your enemy.
Ooh,
But
the
it can
violin
still
as well.
require encouragement. 0 points, 0 points.
0 points? Oh my god. Imagine having him as your professor, dude. That's from the story. Oh!
Not bad. 5 points.
5 points! Nice. Oh my god! This object goes hard!
Copying others rarely leads to
Wow.
results.
Wow! Holy moly!
Test your knowledge.
Dude, why are they going so hard on this? Oh my god!
Patience.
Oh, I got L plus Ratio. Wow.
Just as my calculations predicted.
Oh
An
my
interesting
god!
test of intellect.
What the hell? That was so good, actually. Oh wow, I did not expect a lot of details here. First off, can we just disclose here real quick? They know how to sell their characters every single time. They know what they're doing. And second off, dude, the soundtrack, the freaking effects in the middle when he was transitioning to the battlefield, that was sick.
Feels free.
That was really sick.
You learn to
Okay, but anyway, we're gonna rewatch that all in JP. So let's go move on to the Japanese. Okay, here we go. Alright, I'll be more quiet in this one. What does he sound like in Japanese? He is such a narcissist, I love it. With the so funny. Oh. Whoa! Oh, he sounds really hot. What the hell? Oh my god! Dude, Dr. Ratio. I swear I've also heard this voice too. Dude. I can't believe we're getting him for free. That's crazy. Okay, here comes the drop. Here comes the drop. Boom! Yeah, that's sick. With the vocals in the background. Oh, this is freaking a masterpiece, yo. Just got slapped by a book, man. Boom! Oh, that's sick. Wow. Dude. I love the way he sounds. Like, I don't go that way, by the way, but he sounds so very sophisticated but seductive at the same time. You know what I mean? Alright, yeah, you know what? One of the best trailers I've seen in a while. That was actually really good. I enjoyed that. The soundtrack, the effects, and of course, that, you know, little fan service we got there. So, now that's the best way to showcase a trailer. Now, let's go and move on to his character preview. Alright, so here is the character preview for Dr. Ratio, and it's called the Panta Ray. So, let's go and see his full body portrait art here real quick. As you can see, this is what it looks like with the little stone slabs in the background, kind of like exactly like his ult animation works. It's really, really cool. So his type is obviously imaginary, and his path is the hunt. The beauty of truth is that it never changes, even when no one understands it. Alright, so let's go and move on to his character overview. So, Dr. Ratio is a DPS character that deals follow-up attacks after he or his allies attack. He can increase his crit rate and crit damage depending on how many debuffs his enemies have. Interesting. So, it's kind of almost similar to Topaz. Now onto his Traces summonation. When Dr. Ratio uses his skill, for every debuff the target has, his crit rate and crit damage increase. This effect can stack up to a certain limit. Okay, that is really cool, especially depending on how much crit damage he increases, which honestly, I forgot to check his stats in the trial that he's gone. But if this is a lot, then this is going to be a really nice of a trace to have. And then for inference, when the skill is used to attack a target, there is a chance to reduce the attack target's enemy's effect res for a certain amount of turns. Ooh, okay. But again, it depends how much he does. Same thing as here as well. And for deduction, when dealing damage to a target that has a certain number of debuffs or more, for each debuff the target has, the damage dealt by Dr. Ratio to this target increases up to a maximum increase value. Oh, okay, yeah, this guy has a lot of good actually, all of them are pretty good traces. So he's all going to be all about pure damage based from debuffs and, of course, effect res debuff as well. That's really nice, man. That's really, really nice. Now, for the trace upgrade materials, it's basically the same thing, except the weekly boss material is now the latest one. So no more Phantom Tilia. It's going to be the one that was just added in this update. And then for the essential material, you're going to be having the imaginary latest boss as well. All right, let's go and move on to his technique. So this is what his technique looks like, which, by the way, that is hilarious. Look at that. He spawns in his own statue, and it's like him just flexing. That's awesome, man. Mold of Adultery. After using technique, creates a dimension that taunts nearby enemies, lasting for a certain number of seconds. After entering battle with enemies in this dimension, there's a chance to reduce each single enemy's target speed for a number of turns. Only one dimension created by allies can exist at the same time. Ooh, interesting. So it's a taunt that can also have a chance to reduce your enemy's or single enemy target speed. And only one dimension can be created by allies can exist at the same time. So that's interesting, especially for a hunt character. He already has some form of debuffs. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see how all that works. Alright, for the base attack, it's just him slapping your face with a book, dealing imaginary damage. It's called Minus Mine. Alright, up next is Talent. So this is his skill. Oh, no, sorry. This is follow-up attack. So Cogito Ergo Sum. When using the skill, there's a fixed chance of launching up a follow attack against the enemy's target for one time, dealing imaginary damage. For each debuff the target enemy has, the fixed chance of launching follow-up attack increases. If the target enemy is defeated before the follow-up triggers, the follow-up attack will be directed at a single random enemy instead. So how this works is essentially the more debuffs you apply, it's going to show like a percentage above your targeted enemy, and the higher the percentage is, then yeah, like what it says, it'll launch up his follow-up attack. Once the enemy is defeated, then the follow-up attack will just, yeah, like what it says, directed to a single random enemy. Alright, 6. So that's pretty much the whole gist of it. You just essentially want to trigger his follow-up attack as much as possible, which in order to do that, you want to apply as much debuffs as possible so that he'll be able to create his follow-up attack. Alright. Now for his skill I think it's just a simple, like, yeah, just a single target imaginary damage. It's called the Intellectual Midwifery. Interesting. And for his ultimate, call L plus ratio. No, I'm kidding. I wish it was. It's called the Syllogistic Paradox. Deals imaginary damage to a single target enemy and applies Wise Man's Folly. When Dr. Ratio allies attack a target inflicted with the Wise Man's Folly, Dr. Ratio lodges one follow-up attack on this target. Oh, okay. Wise Man's Folly can be triggered up to a certain number of times. Only affects the most recent target of Dr. Ratio's ultimate. This trigger counts resets after Dr. Ratio's ultimate is used. So basically, like what it said here, after you cast his ultimate, you apply the Wise Man's Folly effect, which is essentially after your allies attack that target affected by the Wise Man's Folly, it'll automatically trigger Dr. Ratio's follow-up attack. And it does seem to have a certain amount of times you can trigger it, and of course it only affects the recent target. Now what's really cool about this is, just from what I'm reading here, it doesn't seem like debuffs are involved. So as long as you're attacking the target that's affected by the Wise Man's Folly, you automatically trigger his follow-up attack. So it's kind of similar to Topaz and Numby's mechanic. Very cool, and yeah, that's pretty much the gist of everything. So again, if you already have noticed a trend with Dr. Ratio's playstyle, he essentially is going to want as much debuffs as possible so that you have a higher percentage chance of triggering his follow-up attacks every time. So there's a lot of debuffers that comes into mind. I think personally Silverwolf is going to be an excellent partner that you're going to want with Dr. Ratio. Single target defense debuffs, and overall a lot of built-in debuffs like speed, elemental weakness. And yeah, Dr. Ratio, I feel like is going to absolutely love Silverwolf on her team. or anybody else that can debuff, like someone like Pela or Dots, that could work as well, or perhaps another imaginary sub DPS like Welt that can debuff. That could also be an option, but that's just all purely just guesses though. I mean, other than that, he's going to function just like a regular hunt character, just basically single target DPS, but with the idea of follow-up attacks. So in a way, kind of similar to Topaz, except Topaz, you have a lot more flexibility with adjusting Numby's attack, whereas him, he's going to rely heavily on debuffs. So that's the only difference between those two, although they're kind of similar in terms of DPS. But other than that though, I hope he's going to be good, man, because he's like probably one of the coolest characters they've released. And by the way, he is free, which means he will be free for everyone to get once he is officially out. So that's gonna be pretty much all of my thoughts for him. So if you guys all enjoyed that, make sure you guys hit that like button, as well as subscribe to my channel for more type of content, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell on so you guys don't miss on my latest uploads or never go live on my stream. And that's pretty much everything all I got. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, stay epic and peace out.